Well, Brandon, it's been a few years for you to get into camp. You almost feel like the excitement of a rookie again.
Yeah, a little bit nervous again for first time in a long time, but no, it was good. I was able to come in the last couple of weeks, be comfortable a little bit, and always good to get the first couple of days over with. So so far it's been good.
It's a very rare situation to go 2 years without playing. And do you have a sense of how you feel now? Because I think people see the skill and the smarts. It's more so, is cardio the only real issue that you envision, or maybe just kind of getting the pace of the game?
Yeah, I think it just first and foremost getting your body back into it after 2 years, and I'm 34 years old now, and it's never easy playing at this level, and you got to respect that everyone here is in prime shape. So it's been a lot of work getting to this point, and I'm just happy to be feeling good here now. And like I said, you get the first couple of days over with, start feeling yourself a little bit, and get the cardio going, and so far so good.
Brandon, I know your story is well documented, but can you kind of take us back to the timeline and how it all kind of happened?
How much time you got? Yeah, I mean, I'm not getting into too specific, but the hardest part was just figuring out for the longest time what was actually wrong. And once I got that kind of narrowed down, I was able to work through it. It just took a long time to get there. And the last probably 8 months, 8 months was when I started noticing a difference. I started feeling like myself again and got my breath back. I had this horrible shortness of breath for about 2 years. And once I got able to get that back, I started training again, and I just kept improving, and I kind of hit a point this summer. I said July I'm gonna start skating like I normally would for a normal season, and after about 3-4 weeks I was pretty confident, and at that point just talked to my agent, started making calls, and just happy it worked out here. So like I said, I'm just happy to be here, happy for another opportunity, and it's a great spot to be, so I'm trying to make the most of it.
It's going to be scary because not a lot is known about. It's a new disease, not a lot is known about.
Yeah, and it's you hear the term long COVID and you assume it's something with the virus, but it's more your immune system's reaction to it. And I was just all out of sorts, and it just took a long time to figure out why. I had a lot of help, a lot of different doctors. Doctors in Vancouver were great trying to help me, and ended up being a couple local guys around home that were able to help me out. And yeah, it's just been a long road, but like I said, I'm happy, first and foremost, be back to being a normal dad again, a normal husband again, and get my life back. And then once that happened, I kind of decided I want to try to play, give it another shot. So here we are.
So is it all in the past? Like, do you have to worry about getting COVID again and how your body would react to it at that point?
No, it's kind of a little different than that. It's not quite as simple as that, but it's no, there shouldn't be any issue. It's again, I feel like over the last month, still every week, I just feel better and better. So I'm still working through some things, but I'm able to compete and work out hard, and it's not really holding me back at all. So it's been good. Yeah, it was actually pretty good to talk to him. He reached out to me about a year ago, and at that point, maybe a year and a half ago, at that point I didn't know what was going on, and hearing his take on it kind of gave me a bit of insight. And we had something a little bit different, but very similar immune system stuff, and to know what he's feeling like. Hopefully he's feeling better now. I'm not sure what his status is, but yeah, it's not fun, but it was nice to have someone to talk to, and I was happy he reached out, and we've kind of kept in touch over the last year and a half, just kind of seeing how each other's doing, and hopefully he's feeling better and better.
I don't necessarily know where all this leads to, but if you think about that time where you felt like the game was slipping through your fingers, and now to be out here skating around, it's been a long journey, but how does this kind of feel to be trying to recapture some of this?
Yeah, it's nice. You think about where you were 2 years ago, it was just horrible, and where you are now, it's a huge change. And I think even last winter I started skating with the Rebels and Red Deer again, and just getting back on the ice, getting back in the room with even though the junior kids, it was just kind of felt that just that little fire inside you that still wants to try it, and just wasn't quite ready to let my career end on those terms. And I'm just proud I got back to the point I'm at now, and like I said, we'll see what happens, but I'm feeling good, and I'm hungry to play, so I'm looking forward to the opportunity.
What's your dad's advice been through this whole thing?
Well, I guess like any dad would be, first and foremost, get your health figured out. And once I kind of made the switch 2 years ago I was so stressed about hockey when it first started. Wasn't gonna be ready for camp. Once I made the switch in my brain to let's just worry about my health first, it just got easier at that point. So mom and dad were great with that, and then I actually took the time just to worry about myself and get my health going. And like I said, it's been a long journey, but the support of my family, parents, my wife, kids, it's been a long road, but just good to be on this side of it.
This seems like a good landing spot for you. It's a good team, and they've said that if you can return to your regular form, you're exactly what they're looking for.
Yeah, it's the opportunity is great. I think back in August when I talked to my agent about reaching out, obviously being an Alberta kid, I wanted to stay close to home, and first call we made was here, and they were interested, so it was worked out perfectly. And it's obviously a really talented team and a good team, and great organization. So I couldn't ask for a better setup, and hopefully I got to earn a spot here, and hopefully it'll work out.
Kids who grew up around you, a lot of them turned into Oiler fans growing up, but they didn't have a dad and 4 uncles playing for other teams.
Yeah.
Who'd you cheer for when you were?
No, I was a Flames guy, so that's going to. It was interesting. I think when my dad retired from playing, we moved back home here, back to Sylvan Lake, and Uncle Brian was coaching the Flames. So at school, I noticed everyone was either wearing Flame stuff or other stuff. So I said, "Oh, my uncle's a coach of the Flames. I'll be a Flames fan." And then that was Brian, and then there was Daryl, and my dad coached there, Ronnie worked there, Dwayne worked there, so we were always Flames guys. So I got a couple texts from my cousins when I got the tryout here, but everyone's pretty happy for me and getting the opportunity. And like I said, it's just I'm just happy to be anywhere, and I'm just happy to be here. It's just awesome.
It's pretty crazy that you're a second-generation Sutter. There's been a lot of Sutters come through the league for a long time, and not one of them's worn an Oilers jersey even once.
Yeah, I don't know the history too far back, but I know back to the '80s when my dad and Dwayne were playing with the Islanders, and they were kind of the dynasty, and then it switched over to the Oilers after a couple battles against each other. So it's history there, I guess. But yeah, I can't really explain why that is, but hopefully I can put the jersey on. It'd be awesome.
What's it like to have a PTO at your age when you've probably been to camps with a lot like Chason would have been there when you were?
Yeah.
And you see what he had to go through just to get a contract. Now you're
Yeah.
what's it like?
Yeah, it's different. It's I guess you never think you're going to be in that situation, right? When you're used to having a contract every year, and just shows you can't take things for granted. It's always it's a league of someone's always trying to take your spot, and that's professional sports. It's how it works. I think today I got on the ice and I was skating around with Ernie and a couple of coaches, and I said, "Hey, this is just like Pee Wee tryouts, right? Like, there's not much different than this." So yeah, just trying to have fun with it. And like I said, it's I've been around the NHL room a long time, but it's different coming to a new team. It just takes a while to get comfortable, and but so far it's been positive.
For you, your first day on the ice, and you get in, I know it's just small drills, but you're either going up against McDavid's line or Draisaitl's line, so you get thrown right into the fire to see where you're at.
Yeah, you couldn't ask for a tougher start, but no, it's one way to find out if you're ready or not. You get a chance to go out there with a couple of the best players in the world, so they're awesome. They've been awesome so far for me, and great guys, great players. So it's good to be on the ice with them, and kind of shows you the pace you got to be at every day to be ready again. And after 2.5 years or 3 years, whatever it's been, you got to get to that pace as soon as you can. You can skate in the summer all you want and train all you want in the gym, but until the games start and paces start and NHL players, there's nothing quite like it.
What about the game itself? Is there one thing that's easy, like getting on a bike, and what's going to be maybe the hardest thing to get back outside of you know, just the pace thing?
Yeah. Well, our first scrimmage we had, it felt like there was about 20 players on the ice each shift, because it just feels like it's things are moving way faster than that you're used to. So just getting the speed back, get your timing back, and as a centerman, just figuring out where to be in the middle of the ice and try to get the team systems down a little bit. So just some adjustments, but that's why we're here. That's why you do training camp. That's why you have preseason to try to get your flow a little bit. And like I said, it's been good so far.
You played against McDavid a lot in Vancouver. What was that like?
It was a nightmare. Yeah, this team the last 6-7 years has been one of the harder teams, no question. They're top 6 forwards playing against them. It's kind of a matchup nightmare for every team, and that's what makes them so dominant. But with Connor, the speed of his game, the pace he does things at is just kind of unmatched. And I noticed even today, playing a quick, in zone shift, he's so fast at jumping, giving a puck going, and if you take your eyes off him for a sec, he's kind of behind you. So he's a special player, and it just seems like he's a great guy. And it's like I said, so far so good. It's been awesome to be here, and he's been really supportive. So it's been fun.